Yo, what's good, man? This is your boy at DFS Mastermind _ over on Twitter. Thank you for clicking on the video. Today's date is February the 12th. We have a nice solid 6-game slate, man. We need to come in. We need to be focused. We need to trust the process, man. We have a week to continue to add on to our bankroll before we get hit with the All-Star break, man. So let's take advantage. Let's focus in and get the week started off right, man. What I want to do today, I want to point out some of my favorite mid-tier to value plays that I believe we can use to help set up a wonderful roster, man. So we're going to go ahead and hop into it. Before I get started, 2 games that I really want to stack up. It would be this Orlando and Chicago game. I think we can really lean on this one as a solid stackable game, man. The highest price player in this situation is 6,900. So we can get so many starters under, a lot of their starters are under 6K, man. So we could really look for this one to go over the total. I believe it's at a 215, and I'm pretty sure it'll go over, man. 2 teams who just really does not care about playing defense. I think this is going to be a beautiful situation. Then, of course, man, Phoenix and Golden State. No Devin Booker in this one, so you have to be a little worried. With the Warriors' firepower, man, they can really run these boys out the gym. One thing I try not to do is focus on blowouts, man. There's enough factors we already have to decide, to decide on who to pick. When we throw blowout factors in there, it's just another beast. It's another monster. So if I like somebody, regardless what the spread says, I will play that person and just hope the other team comes out and competes. But I had to put that out there because there is a real it's a chance of a blowout. But anyways, man, we finna get started. My top play on the slate, man, would probably have to be Mr. Curry. I know he's been on a bit of a downswing, not scoring as many points. He still has a very solid floor. I think in this matchup, Alfred Payton defense is going to be beautiful, man. It should be a fast-paced game. I really do love him at 9,900. That's not the guy I want to recommend. We're going to go down a little bit to get my top point guard. Now, I actually have a few point guards we could look for, man, and they're all around the same price, man. I think DJ Augustine is a very solid option. I don't know if I'll have him in my lineup, but I want to put him out there as a very safe, secure option. Same thing with Grant. I think he's actually going to be my top point guard. He's the guy I want to recommend, but I got to talk about one more guy, and the last guy is going to be Shelvin Mack. I wouldn't be surprised if Mack draw the start tonight. These guys are splitting minutes. They're both playing really solid minutes, and they're playing minutes at the point guard and the shooting guard. So that's something we can look for with those 2 guys. But my top dog will be Jeremy Grant at 5,200. I know Levine is back. I understand that. So a lot of people will automatically just throw him out of the book. But what I really love about him, he has a beautiful matchup versus Orlando point guards, man. This is one of the best matchups on the slate. I think he can really take advantage of this. He's been playing very solid minutes, 35+ minutes in the last 4 games. So I'm going to lean on him to hit his value. I think he's a safe, secure play. That's going to be my top point guard. And one more guy that I have to mention really quick is going to be Emmanuel Mudiay playing for the New York Knicks. Last night we seen him make his debut. Jared Jack only played 8 minutes, man. 8 minutes. And Mudiay wound up with 29 minutes. I'm a little worried, though. I don't know if this is going to be a thing. I'll probably watch one more time to see how the rotation goes. But I'm sure they're going to run Mudiay out a ton. They just acquired him. And they want to see what they got, man. So I'm going to look for Mudiay as another value play. I think he's like 4,200 or 4,300. So that's somebody we could definitely lean on. Now, moving on to shooting guard. Top shooting guard for me is going to be very simple. It's going to be Mr. Zach LaVine, man, 6,900. I understand his price is getting up there, but in this fast-paced game, I really want to load up on some of these players, man. Like I keep telling you, this is my favorite game to stack. I don't think it disappoints, so I want to give Mr. LaVine. We know he's coming off a rest day. He should be well rested, ready to play, ready to ball on these people, man. So I want to go ahead and recommend him. Moving on to small forward. We have a few options at small forward. Of course, Mike Beasley is an automatic play. Gallinari is another solid guy. Josh Jackson is another good guy we could look at. Tim Hardaway, I love him. Damari Carroll will be in a good spot. It's a ton of option. Jonathan Simmons, Justin Holiday, all of these guys, man. But my top dude is going to be Mr. Evan Fournier. Since I'm running out two Chicago players, I might as well give me some Orlando exposure in this game as well. And I think Fournier is pretty safe. We love his role. We know he's going up against Chicago at the shooting guard position. And we know, besides Phoenix, this is the worst team at giving up production to the shooting guard. If you want to dig into the DVP numbers, they're terrible. I get my stats from Fantasy 5x5, and on the slate they're ranked second worst, so that's something we could really attack. I love Fournier in this spot. I also think players like Mack, players like Augustine, players like Simmons, anytime I see somebody giving up a ton of production in one position, it doesn't mean it's just limited to that position. The surrounding positions such as point guard and small forward can also benefit from the lax defense. So I think we could look at those guys as well. But I'm rocking with Mr. Evan Fournier today. We know he's going to take double-digit shot attempts. We know he's going to play big minutes. So I want to go ahead and lock him in my mini game stack. Y'all already see a mini game stack going on. Let's move on to the power forward position. Power forward, man, I have one guy who really stands out for me. Mirotic is another good option. Beasley, already talked about him. But the guy for me is going to be Tobias Harris, man, taking on Brooklyn. Now, one thing we know about Brooklyn when it comes to centers, we want to attack, man. We know that. We want to attack. We want to pound the Brooklyn position at centers and power forwards, man. And I think Tobias, his unique skill set, he's going to be able to dominate whoever is trying to guard him, man. I think he's going to be in a very, very beautiful spot. I know a lot of people will be going down because we have some value opening up, man. You can look at Bertans. There's a lot of options, man. Let me just scroll through and give you some more options. I already talked about Mirotic. I think he's in an elite spot. Blake Griffin, if you want to pay up, is a very, very nice option. We know no Draymond Green, so we could look at Kevin Looney. We can look at Caspi. We can look at David West. Bobby Portis has been playing a backup role, doing a phenomenal job. I think he continues to see around 25-plus minutes. Who else we got at the power forward position? It's a ton of options, man. It's loaded. I love Kyle O'Quinn. I think they'll need him to play a bigger role, especially taking on these Philly bigs, man. We know Philly has some very big bodies. Cancer is buns on defense, man, so I wouldn't be surprised if Kyle O'Quinn played a larger role than Cancer on tonight's slate. Bender and Chris, if you want to go there, you can. I'm not mad at you, but I will not be going there. I think I definitely had enough of Marquise Chris. I ran him out like 2 nights in a row, and he gets in foul trouble so quick. I have literally never seen anything like it. It's terrible. But I'm pretty sure Davis Bertans will be super chalky today. I don't mind him, man, but he does have a tougher matchup. That's why I'm not, necessarily keying in on him. I'm not locking in on him. I don't think he's a must play. But one thing I will say, I think he definitely will hit his value. So he's somebody to look at. Let me go on to center, man. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Y'all see my top 4 plays right there. We got Grant. We got LaVine. We got Fournier. We got Tobias Harris taking on Brooklyn. And wrapping it up at center, we're going all the way down. I've already mentioned this guy. And the dude I'm rolling with at center is going to be David West. Now, I know David West probably will not start, but, his production is so crazy, man. I really want to run him out there. I just think he's going to be in a good spot. We know he's going to see around 20 minutes. With Draymond Green out, I'm hoping maybe can we get him to 25 minutes, 27? He's a veteran, man, but when he's on the court, his production is crazy, man. I really want to go ahead and attack David West. While everybody's going to be paying for Bertans is their cheap guy, I'm going to go ahead and use David West. I think he's in a fine spot himself, taking on the Phoenix Bigs. Tyson Chandler's a veteran, so maybe they run David West for extended period of time. If one veteran can do it, the other one can too, man. That's not safe logic. Don't, use that as a rule. But I really do like David West in this matchup. I think once he's on the court, nobody will be able to stop him. I think he has no problem getting buckets and hitting his value. If worst case scenario, 3,700, we're looking for 18 points, I believe. And I know he'll be able to do that in whatever amount of time he plays. I'm really taking a chance on him with the upside, man, because no Draymond Green, I'm hoping he sees extended run and he's able to get us to the green line. That's going to do it. I'm done talking. Follow me on all social media at DFS Mastermind. If this is your first time checking out a video, make sure you go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I appreciate y'all. I want y'all to bless up, cash out, and let's get to the green line.